anyways, back to Saturday. So the only other things that we looked at that day are that we basically just went to the reptile booth, which Christina actually holds a snake for the first time, and it was a pretty friendly one at that. And she comments on how cute it actually was, as well as it not being, not biting, therefore it's friendly. And I basically have held a few snakes before in my lifetime, even going as so far as actually rolling one by accident as a little kid. I mean, we all sort of did some stuff as children. And it was really cool to actually hold a snake for the first time in years. Like, it feels so surreal to go back to it. And after the reptile booth, and after we basically took some videos of the Itasha panels, which I want to go over that real quickly because I don't want this video to be too long. But a few of the Itasha panels, the Itasha cars that actually stood out to me were the Gundam car, because I thought that the design is actually really cool. The Ruby Rose car with the side TV that plays on there, I thought that was always a really neat touch. And my personal favorite one being the Nico Yazawa car. Not only because I like Nico as a character and I like the Love Live franchise, as you can probably tell by this video, as well as like my talks about it, but because of the Nestleberry pyramid stack on top. It's perfection. And afterwards, me and Christina went down to the hotel, and we basically just got into a room with the Love Live Quiz Jeopardy game, where I essentially participated in it, but she did not, considering that she doesn't even know a lot about Love Live, and this is basically a good place to do it, since the guy hosting it actually has a really profound knowledge of the franchise itself, after digging a lot of research into it, which we'll get to in a little bit on Sunday. So I was one of the, I guess maybe 15 or 14 contestants out there, since there weren't that many people who actually stayed in to join in. So it would feel kind of a bit weird, but I ain't gonna complain about that, since I do have a lot of fun still in that game show. I won't spoil any of the questions or answers, but suffice it to say, I did a lot better than I did last year, and even making it into the final four. I ended up with 2,800 points on my first round, and then after that, I made it onto the final four, which I got absolutely destroyed at. It was like the rest of the people in that nightmare round got like way higher of a score than I did, and I ended up with 400 points, making it a total of 3,200 points, which I wasn't really that bad about that. I didn't feel bad about it, considering that, like I said, I did a lot better than the last time I took a Jeopardy quiz like this. It was like I actually knew some of the answers this time around. And, who's to say that I might not participate again one day, because I think I might, You never know. So then after that, me, my girlfriend, and my girlfriend's brother went on to the Idol Research Import booth, where I then just basically purchased 2 items on there, both of which are Ruby Kurosawa related, I might add. The first one being this pin I got, which is basically a Ruby fairy from Genshin no Yohane, which is a really cool spin-off series. The other one is the acrylic stand of normal Ruby, who is basically just a fairy Ruby in her normal form. In case you guys haven't watched the anime, well, that's basically what she normally looks like. So it was a really cool piece of merch. And it's something that I feel like might just become very rare and expensive one day due to the economics actually changing up, to say the absolute least. So I'm pretty glad about the purchases. Now coming into Sunday is the last day of the convention. And to say the absolute very least, not much has really happened. Because I don't want this video to go on longer than it really needed to. So I'll just say this. Video games are one of my favorite hobbies of all time, in case that this channel is not evident enough. So, me and then the rest of the people that I basically went with, which are these two by the way, actually went into the game room and tried out a few different games. So, I basically tried out the Juke Beat game, which has like some themes that I actually like playing. And of course, I also tried out the Project Diva arcade game since it's one of the few times I actually get to play that version of the game, which is really fun. So after some game time, Henry went over to the Itasha cars one last time just to get some good looks and have some talks with some people who are very familiar with him and are very passionate about the subject. Meanwhile, me and my girlfriend were waiting for the Love Live Iceberg to commence, and once that happens, the panel was actually really interesting. It's 2 hours, but it's 2 hours of very interesting facts about the Love Live franchise. I really do have a good time with the Iceberg itself, of just listening to random facts, to having stuff that I thought I never knew that I would needed to hear in my life, which I am very thankful for, by the way. It just makes me appreciate this franchise more and more with what I know and what I don't know, and that's the beauty of learning. You know, you learn stuff, and then you basically take that knowledge and apply it to real life things, even if it's like a random example. So after that panel was done, it was only an hour and a half left until the anime convention closes at 5 p.m. So with that knowledge in mind, we headed back upstairs to get a good look at the booths as well as the cars from the Itasha show one last time before we make our way downstairs and the roll-off commences. The roll-off, by the way, some of the cars actually drift very, very loud, and it's basically to the point where I'm like, oh my goodness, man, that's just so freaking absurd. But in a good way, because it was a finale, you know, until like Anime Central or whatever sort of convention holds for these guys. You know, I ain't gonna complain about that. So, after the roll-off happened, we then make our way back to the hotel center, which just so happens to be a pretty long walk for someone that has to constantly fix the boots up every time the shoe actually shows itself. Like, I cannot stress enough how annoying it feels to actually fix it. So, after that, we headed over to the car and drove back home, and that concludes our 3-day journey of anime magic. As short as this video might be, I didn't want it to overstay its welcome. I mean, if I were to talk about every single detail about every single panel that I've seen, every single booth that I have saw, and then everything that I've actually seen within the convention itself, as well as the main stage, it probably would have taken me a good 30 to 45 minutes just to get everything out of the way. And you know, I'd basically just be boring you guys at this point. So I figure a short condensed version of the recap might just be the best way to do it. And as always, I thank you guys for watching this. I hope that you have a fantastic night, and whatever the future may hold for this channel, I'm not going to be going away anytime soon, even if it means I'll have an infrequent upload schedule like I usually do. So, yeah, I basically have everything that I need to get out of my chest right now, and so I want to say that I love you guys so much. I hope that you have a fantastic night, and I hope that you take care.